Hello world. Today is Monday, June 15th. It's 10:02 p.m. and this is the third vlog for today. And this is a vlog, a 10 minutes raw and edited talk about what is top of mind. This is a public journal, and it's a special time where I spend my energy to my best effort to document the most interesting things I did or discovered or learned. I say that every time. So that's what I repeat every single vlog, and then it's like 10 to 15 minutes, and it's a little work of art. It's a little time capsule. It's a little mini documentary about my day. I had some interesting conversations today, with I'll just briefly describe my day. I woke up 9:30, went to the breakfast, had breakfast, sat with uh, Juju and this Aditya and small talk a little bit. Then I did my laundry. I went to the co-working space, and I was at the co-working space until 7 p.m. And then I went to the gym, and I was at the 7:30 to 8:40 at the gym. I did amazing yoga, workout, weights, legs. Then I had dinner, and then my friend Alex showed up, and I was just eating dinner. And then we were just talking. It was already 9 to 10, 9 to 9:30, and we just had really great conversations. And I realized something that he just busted out a camera, his phone, and he just started recording it. And there's at least 10 minutes of footage of me talking and him asking me questions. And I was so much beautiful, rich stuff in there, in those conversations. And there was a lot more before that was not captured on film. But I want to capture that right now, some of those core ideas, some of those ideas about what were they about? the most important thing. Okay, so one of them was being articulate, and how I was telling him how I'm gonna, and he was something how he needs to train his accent a little bit, his speaking, to not have any parasitic words that he used, and he needs to train that. And we were just talking about how so much of the success in startups or in business depends on your ability to speak, your ability to articulate, your ability to communicate and impute and get your idea across, and all of these things can be captured in the word articulate. And so we were just talking about how, and so we were just talking about how to train that. And he was oh yeah, I need to find a coach I'm willing to pay them if they're good, if it works. And then of course I'm bro, I'm gonna build an app. Just wait, just give me a couple days. I'm gonna build the best app to train you to speak better that you've ever experienced and ever had. And it's gonna be brilliant, and you're gonna love it, and it's gonna work so good. And he's yeah, okay, fine. Now tell me when. I'm Friday. And we shook hands, and he was recording, and I'm Friday, you'll be using it in your hand. Today's Monday, but I'm so convinced that this is super genius. And I was just talking about this app, the Feynman apps, where the AI kind of asks you to explain something, and you just explain something in your own words, and then it kind of gives you a grade and gives you feedback. But taking that a step further, conversational voice agents are super good. The ones that I've already used on my meditation app, that I used on my journaling app, that I'm using on SoulArc, which is the AI life coach app. The voice coaches are you're just freaking talking to an AI that's a super intelligent being, normally with no delay, real time. That thing is just fucking mind blowing, because you can just do that right now. and it's like 8 cents per minute. And okay, so that's like 80 cents per 10 minutes. So just so an hour is like less than $10. An hour is like $6 or something. Imagine hiring, talking to a brilliant, superhuman genius for an hour, and at your leisure, at any time you want. You can just pick up and start talking to them and picking their brain and asking them to do things for you, and asking them to train you to speak, to quiz you, to listen to your explanation and correct you if you missed anything, and help improve your eloquence, your composition, your ideas, and train them further, push them further. And that's possible right now. And basically, like, I'm fucking gonna build that. That's one thing, right? We were talking about how just being able to talk, being articulate, being confident, having self-belief is the thing that you need to, that is the key ingredient to success in startups or in business. Like this friend, he's a crypto startup founder that had a multi-million-dollar stablecoin startup, and a great programmer, a CTO, former Facebook, like very smart person. And there we are talking about what it takes to be successful in tech, in a startup, because he just shut down his startup recently, some time ago. And we're talking about this. That's what I'm talking about. And me and him are talking about how being articulate, being eloquent, being able to talk well, being able to convince people, being able to be clear, being able to be persistent and focused, and appreciating the real sense of words. Like I didn't even, we talked like firecrackers busting off for like 30 minutes, but I didn't even get to talk about how like Jack Dorsey created Twitter, and a Twitter is just like a simple, CRUD database thing, and anybody could have built that in 2006, but he did. He did, and he brought it out there to the market, to billions of people in like super very fast time. Okay, maybe not billions, but millions. And because of his understanding, appreciation of these things, right? So, and his ability to be focused and know what kind of impact you can have on the world, on people with technology, with the right use of to technology. And we talked about, he's very deep into DeFi, and like knows all these everything, and we're just talking about how, like, and other examples of startup success in tech, like Vitalik Buterin, he just wrote Bitcoin magazines, wrote all these blog posts explaining complex things in simple terms, just appreciating things, explaining things. And he was paid to like write white papers for other projects, and then he was just like understanding computer science, understanding CPUs and the virtual machine. And then he wrote the white paper of the Ethereum, and he didn't have to write the protocol, the clients, but he understood how everything would come together. And that's really what it takes. You just have to have that ability to formulate your ideas. And and it's not just bullshit. It's like being articulate is like you're being intelligent, and you're being able to use it. You're able to use that intelligence with your whole like spirit, your whole body, your life energy. Like Steve Wozniak, he's a brilliant hardware software engineer, being able to put together the Apple One, but get up on stage at the Homebrew Computer Club, he's just like murmuring, and like he's talking about with confidence about what he is able to achieve and explain it. But it took somebody like Steve Jobs that was just like do every single day. Like, this is amazing, guys. Like, you know what we're doing. You know what we're doing, right? Do you actually know what a computer is sitting on a desk? Do you actually know what it allows us to do? Do you see the possibilities? Like, nobody, very few people are able to just like see that with clarity, and just like, and be like, guys, look at this, the urgency. Like, look what we're doing. This is so amazing. Like, do you know what we're doing? And what he's able to do is just like see the simple thing and appreciate its implications, appreciate its possibilities, appreciate its value, and the impact that it has, and where they are in time and place about this new thing. So that's what it takes. And right now, like Moxie Marlinspark that created Signal, he's just another one of those examples of a brilliant computer scientist that is able to not get lost in the weeds. He sees the forest for the trees, in short. So we just had a really great talk, and I like got like some videos of it, and also like, so that's my story. I also had a great time at the gym. I was just doing yoga and Muay Thai, and I was dancing to Oliver Tree, who passed away today, who was he wrote that song "Miss You." Anyway, so 12 minutes, and another thing is, like, I talked about, I was going to like start posting on Twitter and LinkedIn like updates every day. So I'm going to just do that right now. And the update is, like, I worked on Luminolog all day, like Luminolog, like the AI journal. But to really appreciate what a video journal can do for you, with the memory retrieval augmented generation, the insights there with a beautiful interface, like, put that in your pocket. And like, the thing that I almost forgot, the most exciting thing is, like, I talked with Alex about, just imagine having an app that you just open and you just use it, and it makes you superhuman. Like, this is imagine a sci-fi story. Like, I wrote this sci-fi story. Like, but can we do that right now? Can we do that? Build an app that where you talk to it and you can become a PhD level chemist in like 6 days. I believe we can do that with these kinds of fame and technique apps, where that ask you questions and ask you to explain things, because you actually have the value of like a PhD level genius in any field with our LLMs, and connected with a voice agent, and it's just there, right? So then all you need to do is you need to package it in a timely thing that allows you to have these, feedback loops of deliberate practice and spaced repetition, and train that in yourself, and harden your own, toughen up your own thinking prowess, your own repertoire of knowledge, by this dialogue of with an AI. So that's really, I imagine this like a superhuman sci-fi app that you just download and you just have like a subscription for $20 per month, and you just use it like for an hour a day, and you're a superhuman genius. So that's my vision for like, that's what I'm building towards. So I'm ending it there, and thank you for listening and watching. And as always, I'm sending you good thoughts, frequencies, and vibrations, because every thought matters. May you be free from suffering. Peace.